I trade full-time now. I'm a full-time trader, investor, and entrepreneur. The money that my businesses make is not my money. That's the business's money. So that pretty much just goes back into the business. So I'm living just off of the funds that I make from the market.
All right. That interview over, man. That's crazy. Welcome back to Unknown and Talented. My name is Jelan Abrams. Today I have the almighty JT. He's a trading guru. Did I say it right? Is it trading guru?
Yeah, guru.
Guru, okay. Trading guru. I appreciate you being on time, by the way, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah. I'm a punctual guy, man.
But how you doing today?
I'm doing good, brother. Feeling good, man. It's getting a little chilly outside, and I'm actually excited for that. You know, I like the cold. I'm not
excited. I hate the cold. All right, but forget, we ain't talking about the weather. You know it's a bad conversation when you start off the weather, right? They're like, all right, man, let's get No, but I brought you here today because you are trading guru, like I said.
Right.
But you're not only like a trading guru, like super old. Like how old are you, by the way?
23 years old.
23 is crazy, man. Like I feel like I'm 32, so that's number sitting around. Like this is nuts. Okay, so 23 trading guru. Well, what does it actually mean?
Trading guru, so basically means I've been in the stock market for a long time, a few years now, got some experience, got some success, got a track record of proven success. I just know what I'm doing overall in the market and how to make money.
Okay. All right. So before we get all in that, because we're going to have enough conversation about that, but I want to talk about you. I want to talk about JT, the almighty JT. First of all, how did you get that name?
It's an interesting story. I had made it as my name on Twitter, I think in 2018, 2019 as like a joke, but then it just kind of stuck. Like a bunch of people liked it, and it's just been that way ever since. I thought about changing it a couple times, but I don't even know what I would change it to right now.
You can't change it now. It's stuck in stone. It's stuck in stone. Okay, so let's get more background about you. So you're almighty JT, and where are you from?
I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia, small dot right there in the middle of Virginia.
Okay, and how long you been there?
I was there I moved there when I was 6 months old, so obviously don't remember that. And then I moved out and moved to Charlotte when I was 21 years old. Okay.
And then, tell me more about Lynchburg, Virginia. Like, I've never heard of it. I don't know if the audience heard of it.
Most people haven't. I'm not surprised. Like I said, it's a small town. Everybody kind of knows everybody. There's only a couple high schools. Just, if you know anything about small town vibes, it's kind of like exactly what you would expect. It's like a cliche, typical small town.
Okay, so is it like, so what did you do? Is it a country town? Like you just pretty much like raising cattle? Or
No, technically it's a city. Technically it's like mixed. Like you got city and then you got kind of like suburban area. But it's not much to talk about, man. If you know anything about Liberty University, that's probably one of the main reasons why people will know Lynchburg.
Gotcha.
It's kind of a college town basically. So Liberty University pretty much owns the city.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. All right. So we want to get talking about this trading. So explain us exactly what trading is, what the market is. Like if nobody knows it, nothing what we're talking about so far.
Yeah. So for me, I trade stock options. So trading is, you have trading and you have investing. So investing is when you buy a stock and you pretty much can hold that for your entire life. You can hold it until after you pass it on to your kids, your grandkids. You own a piece of that company. You have equity and it's yours to keep. Now, trading is a little bit different because with trading, you're not actually getting equity. You don't have any ownership in the company. You're just buying it and selling it for hopefully a higher price in a shorter time frame. So you can think of investing as long-term and you think of trading as short-term income.
Okay. And so how'd you get into that? Because a lot of people talk about saving, investing. Not a lot of people talk about trading.
Yeah, so I actually took a personal finance class in high school. I was 16 years old, and that's where I was first introduced to the stock market. They weren't teaching us how to trade, like how to get in and out, how to actually make money. It was more so this is what the stock market is. This is kind of what people do. But for me, that was kind of all I needed to want to study more because I was always interested in money and just the idea of getting rich. And once they introduced us to that and they said, this is where the millionaires make their money, put their money, make their flips. For me, I said, okay, let me start doing a little bit more research on this. So I kind of studied it a little bit. By the time I was 18, I had a little bit of money because I was working at Domino's as a delivery driver. So started putting some money in the market. I was mostly doing long-term investing at the time, just buying shares of companies that I know, like Apple, like Nike. But then I got introduced to stock options trading. I had followed a few people on Twitter that were talking about it, and I realized that was a way to make faster money in a shorter amount of time. So from there, I said, this is definitely what I want to dive into, and just been doing options ever since.
Oh, wait a minute. So you said 16 years old is when you started, like, how? All right, I'm sorry. 16 years old. 16 years old, you said, I want to start, like, looking into investing. What made you want to do that at 16? Because at 16, we're still in high school.
Right.
We're chilling. We're just using lunch money to buy stuff, over off campus. What made you say, yo, I want to start investing, or even take that class?
The class was a requirement, actually.
What?
Yeah, the class was a requirement. It was for like half a semester, I think. And I was never a great student. I didn't really get the best grades. I didn't really try my hardest. But when it comes to that personal finance class, I was sitting in the front of the class. I was getting all A's. I was paying attention because I was always just kind of infatuated with money since a young age. Before 16, I would, flip candy, flip shoes, flip my sneakers and stuff like that growing up. So money just kind of always interested me. I just kind of naturally understood the value of money, even if I'm 8 years old, like on my 8th birthday, your mom or your grandma, they give you $5, $10. Most kids want to go to the store and buy some candy or buy some toys. I would just put that in my drawer. I would just put it away. I would just save it up. And it's crazy. I probably still got money saved up since I was 8 years old, and I'm 23 now. So I can say at 23, I probably got money that's 15 years old, which is crazy, but that's just how my mind has always worked. So when they introduced us to the stock market, that was just like another level of money that I had never even heard of. So that got my attention instantly.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Me, when I was younger, I was a saver. So I'm putting money in boxes under my bed, all of that stuff. Where did this mindset come from? Because it had to come from somebody that you're saying, yo, I'm gonna use this money to flip this money. Because that's what you're doing now, really,
right.
With trading. You're flipping money, but now instead of candy, you're doing, options. But where did that mindset start of, I guess, 8 years old, or even when you started flipping that candy?
Yeah, I can definitely say shout out to my dad. He's the hardest working man that I've ever seen. I've seen him work jobs, had his own business, go back to school to get degrees. So he definitely instilled that hustler's mentality into me at a young age. So I'd have to say that's where it came from, just watching my father work all my life.
Yeah, that's crazy. So how proud of you now that you're actually doing your own thing now?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Unfortunately, he passed away at the end of last year, but I can't say for sure he was proud of me. I know that for a fact now.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know that.
No, I appreciate that.
All right. So get back into the trading the options. Okay, so now you started trading options. So how successful are you at trading these options?
I trade full time now. I'm a full time trader, investor, and entrepreneur. I earn a full time living just off of my trading because I have businesses built around trading. But the way that I see it, the money that my businesses make is not my money. That's the business's money. So that pretty much just goes back into the business. So I'm living just off of the funds that I make from the market.
All right. That interview over, man. That's crazy. Okay, so 23 years old, you're just trading. Okay, so when did you decide to take that leap? Because you said you was a Domino's delivery driver. When did you say, yo, I'm done working?
It was crazy. I'll never forget it. It was a target earnings play. So every quarter, which is every 3 months, companies have an earnings report where they have to talk about how they performed last quarter and how they're going to perform over the next quarter. And depending on what they say, the stock can move either up or down a lot. So I was playing a target earnings. It was September of 2019. And I got in calls, which meaning I'll put money on the trade, betting that the stock was going to move up after this earnings trade. And I think Target stock jumped like 20%. So I made $5,000 that day. And I was still working at Domino's. I was supposed to go into work in like an hour. It was like 10:30 when, or 10:30 when Domino's opened. The market opened at 9:30. So I was up $5,000 at 9:30. So after that, I said, I just made $5,000 trading from my phone. And now y'all want me to come into work? I said, no, forget that. I'm a trader now.
Yeah.
I'm a trader.
Gosh, okay. $5,000 when you walk. Okay. Okay. $5,000 that day. Did you quit that? You quit that day?
I quit that day. I quit that same day.
Yeah, I'm speechless, man.
I
did research, but I didn't know it was like this. I didn't know it was like this. So what is the most amount of money you made in one day?
is interesting because I know your second question is probably going to be the most amount I lost. And my biggest win and my biggest loss actually came on the same day. So I'll tell you the story. So I was up $40,000. I was trading Tesla stock. I had made $40,000 at the open because I was holding it overnight. So when the market opened, I had $40,000 profit. And what I should have did was take that profit and just log out for the day. You made $40,000. But I made the mistake of thinking, okay, well, let me keep going. Let me try to get 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. So I was being a little bit ignorant, and I ended up having my biggest loss right after that, which was I lost half of it. So I lost $20,000. So I ended up, overall profit for the day was 20,000, but my biggest win and biggest loss happened at pretty much the same time.
That's crazy. Okay. So how did you learn? So did that teach you that discipline? Like, yo, I can't be doing, that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that I can say that I really learned from that situation is that when you're up, you make crazy amounts of money, and money is relative. So whatever a lot of money is to somebody, because for me, $40,000 is a lot of the time. So whenever you make a lot of money, the best thing that you can do for yourself is log out of your trading account. Because what happens is people get overconfident. They say, oh, I just made all this money. I'm the greatest trader in the world. I know everything. Let me double it again, flip it again, do this, do that. And a lot of times you're just going to end up making stupid mistakes because you're overconfident. So when you get that big win, you should cash out, maybe even pay yourself, transfer some from your trading account to your bank account, buy yourself a nice gift, book a vacation, and do whatever you want to do to enjoy the money, make it real. But then after that, just log out and don't take any more trades until your emotions have had time to reset.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how do you pay yourself? Because when people have businesses, some people that don't have businesses, they think, yo, this person made $100,000. Yo, I got $100,000 to buy whatever, So how do you balance up the money you take in and the money that stays into the business to continue trading?
Yeah. So like I said, the money that I make from trading, I consider that my personal funds. So the business makes the business money, and that stays within the business. Now, as far as paying myself, you don't want to make $100,000 and then transfer out $100,000 into your bank account, because now you have no more money to trade with. So for me, at this point in my trading career, I usually pay myself between 15 to 25%. And I do that either weekly or bi-weekly. So whatever profits I make within the week or within 2 weeks, I'll transfer 15 to 25% to my personal bank account. And I'll use that to spend, take care of stuff. I'm not really a big spender these days, so I don't really need much to live or to get by. So I really would just rather keep most of that in a trading account and just let it compound and let it grow.
Okay. I don't even know why I'm doing this podcast right now. I need to go home and start doing this trading.
Start getting into trading.
This is crazy. Okay, so the reason why I call you the guru is because you actually teach people how to do it. So what made you say, I'm making all this money, but now I want to teach people how to make that money?
Yeah, so late 2018, early 2019, that's when I had got really consistent with trading. And I just started sharing my wins on social media, not as a way to market any type of business, but just give away some free game, share what I knew about the market, show some of my results. And I would always get DMs from people saying, hey, I see you posting this on social media. Do you have a group or a class or a course? I want to learn from you. And eventually I realized, okay, I'm helping people by giving them this free game, but I can help people to another level if I was to really put something structured together. So late 2019, it was November 2019, I started a trading community. It's called Impact Investments. So with Impact Investments, we do a few things. For one, we have resources, step-by-step resources, so people can learn how to trade, even if you don't know anything about the stock market. Literally step 1 or step 0 is what is the stock market. We're live trading every day, which is one of the biggest benefits, which means we actually get on calls every morning, myself and some other admins that run the group with me. And we tell people what we're buying, why we're buying it, so they can learn what we're trading. They can learn how to trade from us, see us do it live, and have the opportunity to make money with us because, of course, they can get in with us if they choose to. And we're also teaching classes multiple times per week through Zoom so that people can get that hands-on guidance as well.
Okay, wait a minute. You said a lot. So hold on. So when did you, okay, wait a minute. So you talked about making it yourself, teaching people, having a community, having people to help you out as well. That was a lot of steps. You know what I'm saying? So what was the mindset of first? Let's do it. Let's break it down.
Let's break it down.
So what was the mindset of first? I want to teach people how to do it, but I want to make money from that.
Yeah, so like I said, I was already giving out free game, free information, and some people valued it. A lot of people valued it, and then I would get a lot of DMs and questions, and then I would just, me just wanting to help people, being a nice guy, I would always answer DMs and talk to people, but then it got to a point where I'm getting a lot of DMs, I'm getting a lot of questions, and it's taking up a lot of my time. So I said, at this point, I need to monetize my time, because giving away free game is cool and it's helpful. But when it gets to the point where now I'm sacrificing my time to help people, not just to help people make money, I might talk to you in a DM for a few minutes or a day, a couple of days, and we have a few conversations, and you use the information that I told you to make $1,000. So is that not a conversation that you would now be willing to pay for? Of course you would. So once I thought about it that way, I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and monetize my time and get paid and get some value out of the time that I'm sacrificing to help people.
Guys, he is 23 years old, okay? I just want to make sure y'all know how crazy it sounds. He's 23 years old. When I was 23, I don't know what I was doing, but I wasn't doing what you did. Okay, so now you're making money from people. Now what made you say, I want to start a community? Because that's something that a lot of people are like talking about now, like the importance of having a community, the importance of getting paid, like going live and doing all that. What made you say, okay, we're making money from y'all, now I want to start that community?
Because I honestly believe that a community is the best way to help people grow as a trader. Because I could have, had just a standalone course, right? Where I just record myself talking, send it to people, say, hey, watch this, and then that's it. But the market is always changing. The market is always adapting every day. The market moves in cycles, just like the seasons move in cycles. So in order to really stay on top of things with the market, you kind of need that guidance daily, weekly, monthly. You need it consistently is the point. So it can't just be, oh, well, I watched this one video 2 years ago, so now I'm ready to trade today. Like, no, you need that hands-on guidance. So I wanted to have a community where we can stay connected with people. We get people that all have the same goals. They're all looking on or working on moving towards the same place and becoming a successful trader, whether it's full-time, you're looking to do it part-time, or just looking to make an extra $500 a week, whatever that may be. We can all come together, put our heads together and work together so we can all grow together. And in my opinion, that's the best way to go about helping people when it comes to trading.
Man, that's a genius move. So what communities have you joined? Because you started, I don't even know, because right now, 18, 16, I don't remember anymore. But what communities have you joined to be able to gain all this knowledge? I know you couldn't have done it by yourself.
Well, honestly, one of my biggest mistakes when it came to trading is that I didn't join a community. I didn't take any classes. I didn't do any courses. I was on YouTube and Google kind of self-educating, but the information is not structured when you're just self-educating through YouTube, because you watch different videos from different people. You got a bunch of different teachers. Like, you wouldn't go to college and have 15 different math teachers. You have one teacher that gives you a structured plan and structured guidance. So I did it successfully through my route, but I definitely wouldn't recommend anybody else to do that, because self-educating means you're going to learn from your own mistakes, and learning from your own mistakes in the market means losing your own money. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I do what I do now, so I can help people and give them a structured plan. This is a step-by-step guide of exactly what you need to do to start making money in the market.
Okay, and how much money does it cost to join your community?
It's $49 a month. And as of right now, as of the time we're making this video, there is a 7-day free trial, but that'll probably be gone within the next month or so.
Oh.
So you got to drop this soon.
All right, okay. So $50 a month. So what's that in a year? Well, like $600 a year. So why would I know you kind of explained it, but if I'm watching your growth and I see what you're able to do with just YouTube, why would I say, okay, now I'm going to spend $600 or $50 a month with you? Well, why? What makes you? I know why. I'm just talking to the audience. Like, what makes you so special that I want to spend $50 a month with you?
Yeah, like I said, it's an investment in yourself, because at the end of the day, you can try to self-educate, try to watch a bunch of different YouTube videos, try to Google the information. But the biggest thing is you're going to be learning from your own mistakes. So one of the biggest benefits to being in a group where you have people that are experienced, some people have been trading for years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We have people at all different levels, people you can talk to, people you can relate to. One of the biggest things is you can learn from our mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes in the market. I'm not trying to say my journey's been perfect. I've lost money. I've lost thousands of dollars. I've blown accounts, especially early on, but now I'm at a point where I trade consistently and I can live off of my trading. So I can give you information that's going to allow you to skip that process of where you're just doing nothing but losing. So you get to expedite your learning process. So you can spend, $50 a month or a few $100s if you want to look at it as a yearly standpoint. But the amount of money that you will save from investing in that education and getting that experience is going to make it worth it, because without it, you're just going to end up blowing that money in the market regardless.
Exactly, guys. So you got to think about it, right? You can go and do it yourself and lose $100 a month. You can do it like this way. You might take the $50 as a loss, but you're going to make way more money by taking the course. So it's easy math.
Exactly.
I'm not going to lose $100, but I might get that 50, but you're going to make 1,000. I'm at 950 of a win for the month.
Exactly.
So, that's genius. Okay. So now where we go? Where are we at in the circle? We're at you made the money for people. You have the community teaching. And what was the last step? Do you remember? What was your last step?
We'll talk about capital flow. That's now.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the president. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. So you went from impact investors, and now, as you see on this chart, if you're watching, you have another business, Capital Flow. Tell me more about that.
Right. So Capital Flow is a trading software. It's an options flow service. So what that means is it's actually tracking trades in the stock market from wealthy traders. So your hedge funds, your institutions, your multimillionaires, people that are trading with 7, 8, 9, even 9 figures at a time. So that's useful because you can see what they're buying, and then you get to do what's called following the smart money. And they call them the smart money because when you're trading with tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, you're not going to be guessing. Someone that's at home at his mom's house that's 18 years old with $20 in a trade, he might just be guessing. But when you're at an office building and you're putting $20 million into a trade, that's not a guess. You have to know something. You have to have some information that the general public doesn't have access to. So you'll be able to see that $20 million trade come in real time. And then maybe you'll see another trade coming right behind that for the same stock, at $10 million, and another one at $5 million, another one at $250,000, another one at $25 million. So that tells you that, okay, there's millions of dollars going into this trade. These people obviously know something that I do not know. So this is a good sign that I should follow it. And you might not have millions of dollars to follow it with, but you can still make that same trade with $100, $500, $1,000, whatever you do have, and then you're following the smart money. So it's just a way to simplify the trading process.
That's genius. Okay, so that's Capital Flow is an app.
It is, yeah. It's a website for now. We haven't launched the actual mobile app, but it works great on tablet, desktop, mobile. The website is capitalflow.app.
Okay, all right. So you created that. You created Capital Flow to actually watch what the big people are doing to spend their money. But what made you think about that? Because that's advanced. That's advanced to actually have something that people can log on to track that.
Yeah, so when I created Impact Investments, that was never the end-all, be-all for me. I always knew that I would want to build and expand off of that because I do have a passion for trading. I have a passion for helping people trade. So at the time, I didn't know exactly what it would be, but I knew that Impact was kind of just going to be a stepping stone into something else. So then eventually, some guys got in the group, actually, some tech guys, people that had background in tech, and I ended up meeting up with them in person. And the conversation just became, how can we use technology to build on top of what's already been created with the trading community? Because now I have a growing trading community. I have an audience on social media that follows me for trading content. And Impact Investments is kind of for beginners because, we do a lot of beginner education. But it's like, okay, so once we get people from that level of beginner to where they're a pro and they might not need the extra guidance, the extra hand holding, the extra help, how can we still make the trading process easier for them? So then that's how Capital Flow came about, because we said that, so the ideal process for a customer would be come into the group. You know nothing about the market. You can come into the group as a beginner. You get that education. You get to a point where you're comfortable and confident enough to make trades on your own. And once you do that, now we've got Capital Flow that's going to help you find trades easier. And not only for the people in the group, but just for people that follow me on social media. Because I have some followers that maybe they're not beginners, but they just like following me for trading content. So they were probably never going to join the group. But they said, okay, he has Capital Flow, so now I can get tapped in with that. So it's just an extension of the first company, pretty much.
That's genius. So you actually answered the question I asked a while ago, talking about the importance of that community, because you just said you didn't join a community, right?
Right.
But actually building your own community helped you get capital flow.
Exactly.
So basically you had a business, but without having that community, you wouldn't be able to launch your second business, which is very important. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of the best connections that I have come from the community. Like if I'm looking to hire someone, like say if I wanted to hire someone to do design work for me, I wanted to hire a short form video editor or something like that. The first place I'm going to ask is the community. Like, hey, do we have any designers in here? We got any video editors in here? Things like that. If I don't have anybody in there, then I'll go to Social Media 5 or other places like that. But a lot of the work that goes into my business is building businesses, whatever. If I need to make connections, I'm tapping in with the group first.
Okay, all right. So, and you said the group is $50, right?
Right.
Hey, I mean, tap in too, man.
Yeah, tap in. Hey, tap in with us, man. We'll get you right.
Okay, so we had a conversation before I got you on the podcast saying that you're more of an introvert. You kind of like stay to yourself, because that was the reason why you actually started trading, because you wanted something that you could be, in home by yourself. But what made you get out that box? And even now, you're out here with me. It's the first time we actually met. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what made you get out that box to be able to talk to people, to connect with, having a community connect with them? What made you do that?
Yeah, so, if you couldn't tell by watching me on this podcast, I am an introvert at heart. I had to work my way up to getting to the point where I'm comfortable doing podcasts or making content or going on Instagram Live, because it wasn't natural for me at first. And really, I would just say it was a consistency thing for me. Like, you can scroll all the way back on my Instagram, because I post content every day now, 2-3 times a day. But you can scroll back to when I first started posting content, and you can see there's a huge difference from when I first started trying to break out of that introvert shell to where I'm at now. And I would just say it's a consistency thing. For me, it was just constantly showing up, constantly doing it. Like, how do I get comfortable talking to people? I talk to people. How do I get comfortable doing podcasts, making content? I just do it. It's like, for me, it's like shooting a 3-point shot in the gym. It's like, you want to be a good 3-point shooter. What do? You get in the gym and you shoot 1,000 threes. So for me, it was just showing up every day, keep doing it until I saw progress and got better.
Okay, so get off topic real quick. Talk about shooting 3. Do you play basketball?
I don't. It's just, I don't know. I just like sport analogies. I just like sport analogies, man. You don't want to see me get in there and shoot a 3. You don't want to see that.
I'm about to say, I'm like, all right, cool. Okay, so what benefits have you seen other than your community of being, more social, especially on social media? Because I've seen you go live. I still haven't went live, and I talk to people all the time. Why do you go live, actually?
It's just a way to connect with my audience, because, you can post content and they see your videos and they can like it and they can comment. But watching you live, it's a way to connect in real time with your audience. So I just like having those conversations with people, just kind of showing them a more, I guess, intimate side of my life, because, the content, it might look nice. You got all the fancy cameras and this, the editing and that. But it's like sometimes people just want that raw, real experience to be able to connect with you. So that's why I like to go live.
All right. So I'm actually an introvert as well. I don't know how I'm able to fake this to make it seem like I'm not, but I definitely am. But the question I have next is, being that introvert of like just expanding and talking to people, how did you get into now asking people for money? Because I think that's a very hard thing, to have a regular conversation with somebody. Oh, that's cool. But now I'm saying, hey, JT, I got a business. You want to, how do you go from just having that regular conversation to now to say, I got a business and I want you to invest in my business? Yeah,
it's tough. And I think especially in the early stages, you get imposter syndrome. And if you combine imposter syndrome with being an introvert, it's real hard. For me, like I said, I always had people in my DMs for months asking me, hey, do you have a course? I will pay you to learn from you. And I was like, nah, I didn't want to, because I was just so introverted. And I had to realize, I really do. And like I said, imposter syndrome kicked in too, because I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'm not good enough. If I take people's money, what if they say I ripped them off and I fail and this, that? But you got to overcome that. And again, with the same as just making content, coming out of that shell. It's just a consistency thing. So I said, I had to really look inward and say, I am good enough to teach people. I have people wanting to give me money and I'm turning them down. Like, that doesn't even make sense. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and go for it. I'm going to put, and not like I could have put something together quick just to get a cash grab, but that was never my goal. I said, I'm going to build a sustainable business that's going to last for years. It's going to grow and that people are going to like. So I took my time to actually put something good together with impact investments and let people know. At first I started answering DMs because I didn't really want to market on social media, because that was kind of me having to come out of that shell. So at first it was just the people in my DMs. And honestly, they started marketing it for me at first, because just through word of mouth, they got in there, they got good results. So they started telling their people come in and the cycle just repeats. So that really helped, again, boost my confidence and show me that I am good at what I'm doing. So let me start marketing this online and showing people.
Okay, I like that. So what other areas of your life has that boost your confidence in? Because for me, doing this podcast, when I went to InvestFest, I was able to talk to a bunch of different people because that's not something I would do.
Right.
You know, if I'm just went there, not as a podcaster, I'm going in, walking out, you know, sitting down and watching everybody. But it built my confidence for being able to have those conversations with random people, not even trying to sell my podcast onto them. So what other areas in your life has that confidence of doing what you're doing now?
I would say it boosted my confidence to the point where that's part of the reason why I decided to move out of my hometown. Because like I said, I'm from a small town. Everybody knows each other. So there's the idea of meeting new people every day doesn't really exist where I'm from. You kind of see the same people all the time. So once I started doing that, that was a confidence booster for me. And I said, yo, I can move out of my hometown. I can move to a bigger city. And now I'm here in Charlotte. I'm networking. I'm traveling. I was at InvestFest too, talking to people. And it's just been amazing because it's opened a lot of doors for me as an introvert that's from a small town, because it can be kind of hard to break out of that shell. I know a lot of people have a hard time with it back where I'm from, but again, just showing up consistently, taking that leap of faith and being reminded that I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing is opened up endless doors for me now.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. Confidence is definitely the most important thing in life. And I've seen that with just working out. Do you work out?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Man, the gym is a confidence booster for real. The gym is a big confidence booster.
Yo, we gotta hit the gym then, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
How many days you be going?
I try to go 5 days a week, but yeah, usually like 3 to 5.
Okay. And then how much you benching?
I just threw it. I'm throwing up 225 now. I'm proud to say got the 245s on there.
I ain't hit that yet.
We'll get there, man.
I think my problem is that I don't have a spot. I've been there by myself.
Yeah. You gotta get you a spot. And then when you're in there by yourself, it's like I don't trust people, so I can't just ask anybody, hey, go to spot. Like, I need someone I know in there. So yeah, we'll get in there.
Okay, cool. All right. So, but back on topic. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
All right. So how does your day look as a trader? Because like even now, this is in the middle of the trading day. Because trading day is what 9:30 to 4.
Yeah.
So like right now, this is in the middle. I was kind of like, man, I should have asked him. So how does your day look? Because 9:34, like what do you do during the day?
Yeah. So I am a trader, but I'm also an entrepreneur. I got different businesses. I got customers. I got lawyers and software developers. So it's kind of interesting.
Sorry. You got lawyers. Say it again.
Yeah. Between lawyers, employees, software developers, trading, it can get kind of hectic.
He is 23. Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah. So I can't really say that I have an average day. So I can't give you like my average day because a lot of times it's different. So I can give you what I call my ideal day, like what I would want to happen, but it's not even average because it probably happens less than half the time, maybe like 40%. So my ideal day, I'm not really an early riser. I wake up around 7, maybe 8 o'clock at the absolute latest. And I'm doing my pre-market research, looking at things that are moving across the market, looking at news, looking at things that happen overnight, stuff like that. And when the market opens 9:30, I'm on the call with my group. We're doing our live trading calls. So like I talked about earlier, that's where myself, admins, we get on the call, tell people what we're buying, why we're buying. They can trade with us live. That usually goes till about 11, maybe 12 at the latest, kind of depending on what the market gives us, because the market is different every day. So I'm on that call from market open till about noon, we'll say. And I try to eat, get a little workout in, get on calls with whoever I need to call at the time, whether it's developers, whether it's lawyers. So I try to handle some business calls. And then by then I'll usually check back in the market between like 2 to 3, because sometimes we'll do an afternoon session, again, depending on what the market looks like, because the market is different every day. So my schedule even around the market can't be exactly the same every day. So get on calls or get back in the call, check back in the market. And then at 4, try to do some content, either content creation, posting some content on all social medias. I'm on all platforms. Eat some dinner, and then I do a little bit of studying. So lately, the thing I've been studying the most is artificial intelligence, AI, because we're looking to incorporate some artificial intelligence into the trading software. So I'm kind of researching that, studying how the best way to go about that is. And then I get on calls I do personal calls. So I call my family members, try to call my mom, sister, grandma, whoever, aunt, stuff like that. And then by then, usually I start to wind down because I don't like to stay up real late. So by then it's probably between 8 and 9. So I'll just wind down, probably just get on YouTube, find something interesting to watch that's still gonna at least stimulate my brain in a way, because I don't like to turn off my brain and consume mindless content. So I like to have some kind of stimulation, and then usually that's it for the day. So again, that's not my average day, because that happens like maybe 40% of the time, but that's my ideal day.
Okay, all right. I remember a few years back, they had the GameStop, AMC.
Yeah.
So you're trading every day. Me, I was in the AMC. I was actually at work at the time, and I remember it went up to like I was up $1,000, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not pulling out now, right? And next thing you know, the app, I was on, what's it called?
Robinhood? Yeah.
Robinhood at the time.
Yeah.
It froze. And I said, wait a minute, I can't sell. I can't sell. And then went all the way back down. So what was your experience of being a trader and, doing this daily when the GameStop and AMC stuff was going on?
That was one of the craziest things I had ever seen. It was crazy. It was right after my birthday. So I took like a couple of days off on my birthday. It was my 21st. I was in Mexico, and I went from Mexico to Houston. So I was in Houston when that stuff first started happening. Cause I think I saw it before it kind of caught on to social media. Cause if you were in the market, you definitely would have seen it or heard about it. But I was like, they kept saying GameStop this. I was like, nah, this crazy. Like they're just talking. But then the next weekend, that was on a Friday. Then the next week came, GameStop is up, AMC is up. They're going up 20, 30, 40%. I'm like, yo, what the heck? So I said, I'm gonna get in this. I got in, I made $15K trading AMC that time in 2021. And to be honest with you, I felt like that was light because I got in and out. That was within the same day. If I could have held that for another day, another couple of days, like I would have made crazy amounts of money. So I was like kind of beating myself up about that one. But that was probably the craziest thing I've seen in the market.
Dang, 15K. I'm happy about almost making 1,000. God.
And I think they just made a movie about that. It came out this past weekend.
Really?
Too. Yeah, they made a movie already. I said it's kind of early for that, but
yeah, no, it's crazy. I just remember like it was yesterday because like I was at work. I was working in a warehouse at the time, and I was just on my phone because I'm like, whatever we doing. So I'm on my phone like, all right, but you made 15K. That's crazy. So that was just AMC, not GameStop.
Nah, I didn't even touch GameStop. I was just strictly AMC.
Dang, that's crazy. Okay, all right. I think let me think. Okay, yeah. So other question. So now you're making all of this money, right? You're making 15,000 in a day, 25, 20 in a day. I know a lot of people are trying to come at you with, oh, I got this opportunity. I got this. Even me, I got a podcast. You know what I'm saying? So how do you keep stay steady on the vision and not get distracted with so many people trying to join your circle?
Yeah, there's things that come across my desk a lot. For one, I like to think that I have a pretty good judgment on people, so I can tell when something is genuine. Like with Capital Flow, that was technically somebody coming to me like, hey, let's build a trading software. I could have said no, but I knew it was a good opportunity. I recognized the advantages. So, that's something that I'm going to accept. A lot of stuff I can just kind of be a good judge of character and say, this person is not genuine, whatever. I've turned down going on podcasts. I like you. I definitely feel like you're a genuine guy. So wanted to come on here, but a lot of it comes down to just being around people. Like if I can be around someone, have a conversation with them, get to connect with them, I can pretty much instantly tell whether or not I want to work with that person. And it's kind of hard to explain, but it's just about being a good judge of character.
That's good. I appreciate that, man. I'm definitely enjoying this conversation.
Yeah. Sure.
I had one more question. I'm trying to think. Perfect question. Yes. So you making money out here. I ain't got, what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm a pocket watch.
I'm doing all right.
I'm a pocket watch, but you are making money out here. But how do you balance, especially just thinking about the market from 9:30 to 4? How do you balance that and also like having a personal life out of that? Because you're saying before the market you're doing research, after the market closes you're doing research. How do you balance that? Because before you go, I'm gonna talk about me. So for me, I have, this podcast. I have to do research on you at the time. I got to edit. I got to, get more guests on and actually record it. So it's definitely hard for me to balance all of that. So that's why I try to make sure to ask my guests, what is your secret?
Yeah. So one thing I can say that helps me balance between trading, business, personal, etc., is one thing I had to do with the market is I actually had to scale down, which means I'm putting less money into my trades. So I can honestly say It's been a while since I had a 20K day, 25K day. And that's intentional because the amount of money that it takes to make 25K in a day, I'm not putting that money into the market at this time because it's going to take up more mental space. Like putting $5,000 into a trade versus putting $50,000 into a trade, it requires a different level of, or a different type of mental capacity. So now I've kind of scaled down to the point where I'm not making 15K, 20K, et cetera. Right now I'm trying to do between 1 to 3K a day. And what that allows me to do is have more mental capacity to handle my businesses, to help more people make money. Honestly, if I was just trading by myself and I didn't have multiple businesses around trading, I'd probably still be making 25K a day or 20K a day. But I had to scale down in order to grow the businesses because, like I said, now as soon as I get out of the market, I got to get on business calls. I got to talk to people. I got to go and, come do your podcast. I got to do all type of different stuff. Yeah. So for me, if I put 50K in a trade and then say now I lose 20K, right? Because I talked about losing 20K. I'm going to be kind of mentally drained at that point to the point where I'm like, yo, I don't want to go come and do this podcast. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to do this. I don't want to work. So I only allow myself to put the amount of money in the market where I'm still going to be able to function and handle everything else for the day. So scaling back really helped me this year.
No, I like that because the thing about it, you're not just putting all your eggs in one basket because you can. If you're making $25,000 a day, okay, I could try to do it again. But like you said, the market is going to go up and down. So having, I got to remember impact investors, capital flow, having those different businesses is definitely cool. But where do you think you'll go next? Because outside of investing like businesses, where do you think is your next thing for you?
So yeah, I do have a passion for entrepreneurship, and outside of like building businesses, because we build capital flow from the ground up, I'll probably say I can't say, no, never say never, but as of right now, I don't see myself building another business from the ground up. Mm-hmm. What I really want to do is just be able to help other startups get off the ground. So being in capital flows now got me into the tech space, specifically fintech, which is financial technology. So that's an app or a website that helps people make money, manage money, track money, things like that. So being in the fintech space, I met a lot of dope people. A lot of people have great ideas, genius ideas, really. I can't talk about them on here because they're not mine to share. Mm-hmm. But the reason their ideas haven't come to reality yet, a lot of times just because of resources, and they lack the network. So one thing I want to be able to do as I grow in the fintech space is to be able to leverage my resources and leverage my network to help other people get their businesses off the ground. So I can see myself doing that in the near future.
I got an idea, man. You got Shark Tank, bro. You got your people sitting down.
We're gonna Shark Tank it.
Let's get it.
We're Shark. I just sit there in the chair. You tell me what you need, how much. Boom, it's a good idea. Cool. Boom, boom. Give me my little cut, because building it off the ground is hard.
Yeah, I got the. Hey, it's recorded. So if he thinks about it, I need what 10%.
Yeah.
No, but I definitely appreciate you coming down to sit down with me. Is there any last things you want to tell the audience? You can talk about anything. You can talk about basketball if you want. Whatever you want to talk about. What's the last thing you want to tell this audience?
No, I will just say if you're interested in learning how to trade, maybe you're a beginner, you don't know much about the stock market. Right now in my group, we just started a 6-week course. It's called Intro to Options. So at the time of this video, we're recording week 2. But we loop it every 6 weeks. So that's something new. So again, if you can know zero about the stock market, zero about options trading. So that's the latest value add that we've added to the group. Every week we have a different class. And by the end of the 6 weeks, the idea is that you will now be comfortable and confident enough to successfully trade on your own. So that's something that you can tap in with us at Impact Investments.
I appreciate it. The almighty JT. Man, appreciate you. Let everybody know all the websites. I'm going to put in there, but just in case they're lazy. But we got the Capital Flow, Impact Investments.
Yeah. So follow me on all platforms. It's at the Almighty JT. Instagram is probably where I post the most. So that's going to be the best place to get in contact with me. If you want to ask me something, you got questions, just shoot me a DM. I get back to everybody. And then the link is in my bio. That's going to give you access to Capital Flow and Impact Investments.
Perfect. Again, appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, great conversation, brother.
Glad you enjoyed it. My name is Jelan Abrams, Almighty JT, Unknown and Talented. See you next week.